Look. Today we are going to upplant some black magic kale and some Swiss chard. Now, when things are babies, they sometimes look the same. So we're just gonna upplant all this, and then the plant will eventually tell us what they are. Because right now they look exactly no, they don't. They look somewhat the same. There's some very, very different leaves on here. I'm starting to see it now. So let's go ahead and get this done. Black magic kale and Swiss chard. Lights, camera, action! So today we're gonna upplant some black magic kale and some Swiss chard. Look at that. Look at that. It's a little chilly out there today. You know, one day it's 80 degrees and the next day it's 50. So don't put your stuff out unless they're brassicas and they've been hardened off. If it's brassicas, they'll probably make it. But anything else, nope. You can still put cabbage out, Swiss chard, broccoli, cauliflower. Am I forgetting anything else? Mustards. All of those are in the brassicas. I may have forgotten some, but they probably will make it unless it's freezing where you are. Even then, some of them will make it. Like the curly kale, that'll make it because they got tough leaves. But if they're little babies like this, I don't recommend you putting them out unless you're willing to lose a few or a couple of few. So I'm gonna take this off this tray. I got these two things from the Dollar Tree. I started my season. I just sprinkled them like I would do in the garden. And of course, I got some Bootstrap Farmer. I ordered some more Bootstrap Farmer and I'm getting off the topic. They're way too big. But I might use it for my tomatoes. My tomatoes are taking off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my hand. I'm gonna get these out the best way I can, little by little. Now y'all already know, if you've been watching me, that I am a rustic gardener. I do things the old-fashioned way. Not that there's nothing wrong with doing hydroponics, because I'm going to try to start doing that. I'm going to try to start doing that. I'll move this over so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to try to start doing that this summer because it uses less water. Hopefully it uses less water, because last year I was using a lot of water. But, however, it turned out to be a good thing because we're having a lot of foundation problems out here in Texas because of last summer. I've already seen 3 houses getting foundation repairs. They threatened me, telling me I was using too much water. So I'm shaking the roots apart, see? Shaking it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it like you can, and shake it like a milkshake, and do the best you can. So there it is right there, right? This thing is big. This thing may be too big for this. No, it's all right. I hear my chickens out there making noise. I just wash these pots off. Be careful. So y'all know about this table, right? Me and this table got a relationship. I'm so glad I bought a glass table, not a wood one, for this dining room. I don't use this this is 2. I don't use this dining room table to eat anymore. I use it for planting. I don't use any dining table. I eat at the bar. So here we go. We're gonna get these beautiful plants into their own compartment for a little while. They need their own apartment space. Some of them have a lot of roots. So that's one done. One down. 100 to go. So I have this one done. Put that on the tray. Get some more soil. Just had one in my hand. Here it is. And I hold it up. I hold it up where I want it to go, and then I backfill it. I want to cover all the roots, but I do not want to accidentally bury the seedling. So I hold it up. And I try to be a little gentle with it. You don't have to be, but don't be super rough with your seedlings. They are fragile at this state. And this thing has sticks in it. I have seen some gardeners sift their soil, but I have to make a sifter for that. It's a good idea to sift your soil because you get sticks in there. See that? Those are sticks. And that's not good for your seedlings. They could chop them apart when you're planting them accidentally. And just, I just try to be extra careful. And if I see any big logs in here, I remove them. You're gonna pat it down. Pat it down, right? We'll put that one over here. Move this out of the way, because this, look at this. We didn't even put a dent in it. What were you thinking? I think I planted a whole pack of seeds. Anyway, I like Swiss chard, and I want a bunch of it. So it's actually a good idea for me to plant a lot of it, because I have some out there, and it's not enough right now. It's not enough to feed my birds. I'm not eating any of it. I'm giving it to the birds because they need vegetation. And there's no vegetation in their coop. They've already tore that apart. There's no grass, anything over there. I may move some of them to the other side where the other garden was, because that garden had a lot. Last year, it had a lot of bug pressure. A lot. And the chickens will fix that. Move this over. Move this right there. Move this out of your way. Move this back. So yeah, that garden had a lot of that bug pressure, and the only thing is that I have to herd them in there, and then maybe I'll put some of the ones that will let me pick them up over there. Just don't know. There's so many cats around this neighborhood. People just let their cats roam freely. And I mean, that was a good idea until I got chickens, because we do have rodents around here, and the cats keep those little whatever varmints under control. Squirrels, all of that is rodents. Squirrels, mice, gerbils, they're all rodents. And if you have some cats around, well, you ain't gonna see as many. Rabbits, even the vultures kill the rabbits. Yeah, we have vultures out here too. I didn't know that until recently. Yep, and they are hungry apparently. They're looking at my chicken like, oh, that's the next place I stop. We have falcons. I used to see eagles, but they built so much out here. Where there used to be farms or houses, now it's not the same. Not the same. All the wildlife is starting to disappear. And new wildlife is showing up like squirrels, suburban wildlife. There we are. That's 3. So I'm gonna keep on planting till I get tired. And then if I get tired, I'm just gonna backfill that and start on another day. This looks like Swiss chard to me though. I got the Swiss chard from the Dollar Tree. Those seeds will grow. They grow. Swiss chard will grow on you. Literally. You have to worry about it germinated, because it will. Most of their seeds will germinate. The only thing that I had problem with it, and it wasn't just those seeds, lavender. Lavender, man. Lavender and spinach, those two are giving me a hard time. I almost bought some spinach seedlings. If I wasn't such a cheapskate. Then again, it wasn't that much money. It was selling them at Tractor Supply. No, I think it was six of them, and then there was multiples in those packs, like in the little slots of spinach. Then I was like, I don't know. I don't want to spend the money. And then, you know, that's what gets me with me. If I go to the grocery store and I see spinach in a bag or something and it's $6, I'll buy it. But if it's a seedling tray for $6, I'm like, maybe not. That's too much money. I need to change or reevaluate the way I'm thinking. There's 4 right there. Reevaluate my thought pattern. That don't make no sense. I can harvest multiple times off of the seedlings versus one time with the bag of leaves. Put this one in here. Hopefully this one looks a little fragile, but I'm gonna give it a chance. Equal opportunity planter here. There you go, baby. Don't break on me. Don't leave me this way, no. I can't survive, can't stay alive. Look at that little one. Without your love. That's old. I'm showing my age. All right. Time goes so quickly. But if I had to do it over again, I'd probably do the same thing. I only remember the good things anyway. Forget the bad parts. I guess that's how you stay positive. Let stuff roll off. Not saying it's gonna happen automatically. You know, stuff is not gonna roll off your shoulders automatically. You gotta work on yourself. Pray. Pray that you forget. So you can maintain that spirit, that childlike spirit. I'm not saying to be innocent and gullible, but you don't want to become old and bitter. So here we go. There we go, baby. Baby, baby. Baby, baby, sweet baby. Aretha. All right, sweet, sweet baby. It's quiet in here. I should have did this as a live. Maybe I'll save some of it for a live, because this video is going to be long. I'm already gone on 10 minutes. Here we go. And I've only gotten 6 done. 6 done. Yeah, this is gonna be multiples. And they're all jumbled together. I do it this way because it's easier for me to water. But when it comes to separating them, first of all, the seedling loses some of its roots. And it's not easy to separate. Not easy. I'm just gonna do my best though. I could smell the blood meal in this. I must have put too much in there. I'm like, ooh, what's that smell? Blood meal. Blood meal. All right. Oh, man. Every time I think I'm getting close to ending this pile, I lost almost all the roots on that one. Let me shake this apart. These were together too long. It's good that I'm doing this. I'm not going to be able to wait that long to replant the rest of these. I have to get it done. Whew. Just stopped watching a live. I was like, man, I gotta get my stuff done. You start sitting in front of that television will suck your time away. Just like if you go on TikTok or any of YouTube, now I'm on YouTube. You go on any of those channels or any of those venues, you're gonna lose some time. You go down a rabbit trail, and next thing you know, it's dark outside and none of your work got done. So you gotta stop, turn the TV off, go outside, participate in real life, and do your work. Make sure you get your work done, not watch other people do theirs. And I love watching other people because I learn so much. I wonder if this one, I ain't got no roots in it. Poor thing, I'm sorry. I am sorry, baby. There we go. Yeah, you won't get any of your work done if you start watching TV. Because every morning, that's I drink my coffee. And then I turn on the TV. I'm gonna start a new trend though. I was watching Kay Renee, and every morning she gets up, or every day she gets up and she works out. And that is something I need to start doing. I used to do that every day, and I was about 20 pounds lighter. I need to start doing it again. So there, gardening is good. Gardening is exercise, but gardening, I don't think it's enough. You gotta do other things, unless you're digging in the dirt. In the summertime, I lose weight because I'm out there sweating and digging. Oh my God. I looked at some of those videos. I was like, oh my God, you are sweating like a runaway. You know what? But I was thinner. You work in that garden like that? Oh, you gonna be skinny. You're gonna be in shape, because digging around in clay dirt is no joke. Yeah, you know what? I'm thinking about those chickens. I'm gonna put them over there to clean up that bug population. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll probably take the cochins. First, I need to make sure that they're safe. So I'm gonna have to put an overhead on there. And then I could block off that little slot right there. I usually let the dogs go over there to go to the bathroom because they can't go in there with the chickens. My dogs will eat a chicken. They don't even want it. They'll just bite it up until they bite up anything that moves. So I can't put the dogs in there with the chickens, but the chickens can clean up the bug population that's in that garden before I plant. Plus, they not only do they get rid of the bugs for you, but is that one right there? Yep. But they also fertilize. So that's probably what I'll do. Let me see if I could take these two little ones and see if they'll reroot. Both of them have very little roots on it. This one is small, man. I'll put you in here after I get all dirt in there. Where'd it go? Okay, I'll make sure I didn't bury it or use it as to backfill this thing. Let's see. I know your thing is getting weak already. Do not like when I accidentally mess them up. Now this one is super tiny. Where is it? I can't pick it up. It don't have its true leaves on it. It just has its baby leaves on it. I could basically see the seed where it came up. Interesting how they were all planted at the same time, watered at the same time, but they're coming up at different rates. I guess, you know, just because this one is super small doesn't mean it won't catch up to this one. Does not mean. Some babies are big when they're born. They turn out to be the littlest one in the family. And the little ones, the tiny ones, they turn out to be the biggest ones. I've seen it in people, babies. I'm like, wait a minute. He's 6'5", 300 pounds. That was that little baby that we was worried about? Or maybe it's because when they're little like that, we give them extra attention. We give them extra vitamins. And the big ones, we're like, oh, they all right. They strong. That's a strong baby right there. Yeah. Plants are the same way, living things. You never know. Never know. All right, there we go. This is how my garden grows. Plant by plant, little by little. Yep. Uh-oh. I gotta mop this floor. I always mess this floor up every day. And it's not the dogs. It's me going in and out of that chicken coop or planting something. Usually planting something. I just make a mess. I ain't got nobody to blame but me. You never believe I sweep and mop this thing every day. Never believe it. Because like an hour after I do it, I mess it right back up. But I try. That's worth something, right? Trying to keep it clean. One of my friends said, Jamerica, why don't you take your flock out to the country? Then I have to drive out there. I need to go out there, drive out there and set up a coop. My flock is getting too big. They need to go. I don't want them to get picked off because there are hawks. There are wild turkeys out there. We were walking through and we saw turkeys. Wild turkeys flying. They're in Texas. They are huge and they can fly high. These wild turkeys ain't like the domestic kind. Oh no, they could fly. I was like, because I'm thinking, being from New York, that turkeys can't fly. I was wrong. That was a no. Turkeys can fly. Wildfowl. Everything out there is rustic. I drove out there one time and I learned at my lesson this night, because I drove out there. There's a lot of deer out there in the country. All over here, all over Texas. Not even in the country, everywhere. You might run into somebody's cow. And some of these farmers, they don't tag the cow anymore, because if you run into a cow and you find out who owns that cow, you go after them, make them pay for your car. What is a cow doing out on the road? Anyway, back to what I was saying. I learned my lesson this one particular night, because I was coming out of the country and it got dark, and I was like, hey, I'm just gonna go. I know this road like the back of my hand, right? Deer. You see one deer, there are 5 others. They don't travel alone. They're social animals, just like chickens are. So if you see one, make sure you watch out for the rest of them, because they're there looking at you. And that deer in the headlights thing is a real thing. They'll just stop. Like those raccoons, they'll stop too. Deer in the headlights. Definitely a real one. The deer in the headlights, deer will stop. And in some places, the deer are small because they become overpopulated. I remember when I was in Virginia, their deer was the size of dogs, because there's no hunting out there. So the deer are becoming smaller and smaller, basically starving to death. That's why it's good that's why, most states allow hunting, because the animals don't have enough food if there's too many of them. So, but our deer, they're big. They're big. The ones I've seen. Especially those rams. The big one, the males. Jeez Louise. I was out there with a hunter one day, Billy. He ain't gonna never watch this video. And I have very good eyes when it comes to something moving around, right? And he was out there putting up the deer feeder. There was a ram as big, as tall as our pickup out there in the brush. And I said, Billy, there's a ram looking at us. And then you see other deer behind it show up, and they all just look at you like they see you before you see them most of the time. And some of them suckers don't care. Be like, what you gonna do? It's not hunting season. They apparently know when it's hunting season. Another thing out in the country, though. My friends and I went out there because we had to paint the inside, right? And this girl is not a country girl. Not. It's a gunfire to me. It doesn't bother me. Let me just put it that way. I figure if it's your time to go, then that's what's gonna happen. Because you can hear it out there. So she was like, is that what I think it is? And I looked at her like, uh-oh. Yes. And I don't have any cement walls. It's just that, sheetrock and wood. I was like, they ain't pointing it in this direction. Don't worry about it. It's all right. Some people go out to their land to practice. They ain't going to pay for no range. What? Why? I got 20 acres, 100 acres out there. Let's go. Let's go out there and practice. Same girl asked me if I was going to go to range with her. I just started laughing. Another friend of mine, he was on his land. He was out on his land shooting. I didn't mean to say that. He was out on his land practicing. They called the police on him. No, they drove to his house, because country people don't call the police first. They drove to his house, and you don't walk up in nobody's property unless you know them well. They said they walked up on him. He had his, out, his pew-pew out. And they ain't even pew-pew, because we have the big ones. We don't have no little, nah. And they said, what was his name? Shane. And they made sure they let him know they were there, because, You don't walk. I mean, that's trespassing. People put out signs out there, and you go on their land, and bad deal. And it might not even mean to get you, but you just startled them, and they had it in their hand. I don't ever walk up on nobody's land, unless they know you coming. I just don't do it. That's just standard practice, unless I'm worried about them and I haven't heard from them in a while. Yeah, they walked up on him, and he put his pew behind his back like he could hide it, as big as that thing was. He said, "Are you doing it?" He said, "No, I'm just messing around, dry firing." Do y'all know what that is? Look it up. You don't have to spend a lot of money going and zeroing you know what, dry fire. Look it up. Military teaches you that. That's how you zero it. Zero, without using a bunch of money to get it zoned in. I'm using non-military terms, but you all who are 2A people should know what I'm talking about. Dry fire. Don't be wasting a bunch of money zeroing your pew. It's a waste of money. After you get it zeroed in, unless you have a laser on it, then you go spend all that money at that place. Whew, them places are expensive too. And you know, the supplies to refill it is expensive. Ain't like when you're in the military, y'all go out to the range and they got trunks. And when we went to the Iraq and Afghanistan, we had about 210. We had what's called a basic load. That we had. Everybody had one, except for who was it who didn't carry the chaplain? The chaplain. That's it. Oh, and the contractors. Everybody was loaded. Everybody had a whole basic load on them. Close by. All right, so let's see. Keep on going, girl, till you run out of cups or soil. Gotta keep on moving where I can be found. Love is coming after me. I've got 2 kids and a woman. They just gonna suffer now. Lord, forgive me for not coming back. And I'll be there. And I don't know the words to that song. Y'all know. Those of you who are West End know what song I'm trying to sing. Ah, man. I hear the wind whistling. I had to take that rooster and lock him up yesterday. He was beating up the chick, so I didn't want to chance him being in a close quarters with them. So I had to lock him up separately yesterday. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, that's a good idea. Take the cochins and put them over there where the bug pressure is high. So when I want to plant, when I'm ready to put this stuff out there, it won't be as bad. I'll still have bugs, but that's what those chickens do. They eat the bugs. Are you snoring? Get up out of here, girl. Who is that? Philomena. Hey, get out of here. She's snoring. Get. Look at her. She don't want to go. Bedtime. Snoring on my video. Sending me bad mojo. People be sleeping on my video. They'll be like, why do I want to take a nap? Jamerica is really boring. Can't stay up. Dog sent us she gave me a dirty look across the room. Oh, now she gone. I don't hurt her feelings. Whatever. You over there snoring. She need to lose some weight. That's a sign. Dog is overweight. She can go upstairs, but that's fine with me. As long as she ain't over here snoring behind me, I don't care. All right. Let's see. And she got a dog bed up there, nice fluffy dog. Now she's looking at me like, did I do something wrong? Not really, babe, but you need to go and take a nap somewhere else. She just sat down. She'll be back. What does she think I forgot? As long as she don't start snoring again, I'm fine. I'm like, what's that sound? Was that the weird? No, it's the dog snoring. My animals are like, they're like people sometimes. They do people things. It's scary. What if I was in the dark and I thought, and I heard somebody snoring? I think somebody's in the house. No, because I already know my dog snores. She snores. I ain't never had a dog snore. She the first one. Oh, man. Lost a lot of root on that bad boy. Hopefully it's enough on here for it to survive. Go now, go. Walk out the door. Just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye? Did you think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd lay down and die? Oh, no, not I. I will survive. She went upstairs. She was like, I don't hear that terrible singing. It's hurting my ears. She went upstairs. She left me. She's like, oh yeah, that'll do it. Sing. That'll make me go upstairs. Here's, these are two, and they're both biggins. There we go. Take that leaf off. Come on, stand up now. There we go. I think I'm out of cups. Well, I'm not out. I have some more outside. I just have to wash them. I got 3 more. I'm afraid to pull those plants out because I only have 3 cups. And what if I pull out more than 3 plants? What if? Is that a plant? It sure is. Let me put that right there. Here we are. Got 1 little one right there. Now I have 2 cups left, so this will be the end, and I'm gonna backfill that, and I'll get to the rest of the 100 that's left in there. I'm always overdoing it, but I love them all. I love them all. As long as I can keep them alive. That's the thing. That's what gets me when I'm good at seedlings. But it's the Texas summer that doesn't help. It's so hard to water everything. So this year, I'm going to try to get things closer together so that I'm not having to go from that side of the yard to there, to out there, to back there. It's a lot. I just want to water one confined space. And I think that's over there where I'm going to put them chickens. Set up a different, use Uncle Fester and Thelma and Louise over there. They're all coachins. He doesn't beat them up. He's just trying to mate with them. They don't want nothing to do with him. All right, so let's see how many I have. Throw all this stuff in here. Now, I have a big old hole here, right? And what I do when I'm not finished, I don't want any of my roots exposed. So I'm gonna take this soil that I have right here, I'm gonna backfill this planter to make sure that I don't have any exposed roots and that I can come back to this later on. There we are. So all I did was fill in the hole that I made. So let's do inventory. So there's 3 right there. Now 4, if y'all can see. 8. Come on now. 12. 12, that's 16. Some of these need some help. I need to put some more dirt in this one. That's 18. 19, 20. Make sure I get this together. $24, 26. 26 of them are done. Well, this is Jamerica 5288. I'm sorry I wasn't looking directly at you while I was doing this, but I was, trying to get my seedlings done, and I suggest you do the same thing. This is Swiss Chard and Black Magic Kale planted together. And they all look alike right now, so I'm just gonna have to wait. This one right here, though, is probably Black Magic Kale. Look at the leaf. See how that leaf's starting to curl up? And the kale does not look like that normally. Kale looks more like this. But we'll see. I love them both. I like eating them both. And so do my chickens. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being with me. And I'll see you on the next one, okay? Because we're going to do a live with the rest of these. I promise. Bye.